Hey.
Alrighty then. Guess we're going virtue first. And this one is. Hey! If you are involved in the naming of a new hygiene product, what would your character name this product?
Oh. Oh man, I think there's got to be some good Puritan. Probably like a series of like body wash. It's roses are red. So there's the red roses are red, violets are blue. But then there's the plain one, the unscented, that says both are useless. Grow some wheat instead.
Grow some wheat instead for body wash?
Okay,
Yep.
you cut out partially for that for me, so it heard like the second one is just called grow some weed instead.
Perfect.
Wait, weed
No,
or
grow
wheat?
some wheat. Wheat.
It jumped out from my eyes. It was like, oh wow, that's how virtue
Definitely
gets
not
down.
what I was expecting, but I'm here for it.
So it's that kind of farm. Okay.
Does does virtue stink? Respectfully.
I don't think so. She just doesn't use any of that frilly scented stuff. She uses the plain ivory bar soap.
I don't think she's getting it, and that makes it even better. That's exactly what virtue would say.
I don't use any of that frilly stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd actually see this more as her using it as like an incense, is something like to always, remind her of home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was.
That'd probably be my answer for her.
That's fun.
Thank you. That was fantastic.
You're so welcome.
Okay, Roya.
Yep.
And here's yours. Oh, cool. In this one, how would your character do if they found out they had, someone was coming after them? Like, don't know if it's a trained killer or something. And then at the end of that, after they, eventually forced the confrontation, turns out this is someone who is here to ask for your help, and they were just testing you. What would be your response?
Hold on, okay, so someone was coming after me, but it turns out they weren't really coming after me, they were just testing me?
Yeah, they're just testing you, and now they're asking for your help. What is your character's reply to this individual?
How much are you paying?
This feels oddly targeted.
Not at all.
Like, this is oddly specific and oddly targeted. First of all, we're assuming she got caught by whoever it is that's looking for her, which...
They've used a couple scuffles, but like in different situations. Some face-to-face, some long range. And essentially at the end when you felt like, okay, now they're just going to tell me why they're after me or some blah, 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 revenge or price on my head or some boring shit, like, I need your help, actually. And I just wanted to see if you are, as good as people said.
I would not help them.
Fair enough. Regardless if they said, like, there's, impressive price or some other mentions of people who you may also want to get back at.
Oh, wait! You can't just dangle a treat like that in front of me and then expect me to not respond to that. There would be...
I'm not saying you wouldn't do it, like, willingly. Like, you may, you might be kicked to the side of the reef every once in a while or something. You've seen that Family Guy episode where just Brian gets pushed in front of an oncoming bus?
So there would be extremely specific circumstances where, yes, I will help them. But in those circumstances, I am 100% going to kick whoever it was that came after me's ass.
That's fair. It's totally fair. They're the ones asking for help. You can name your price.
She writes that into her contract.
It's like, in addition for helping you and the gold, I get 2 minutes of just free shots.
Yep. Hands behind your back,
And,
you stand there
beautiful.
and just let me go ham.
Yeah. I imagine you phrasing it that way, like you indiscriminately point at like a bar when you say that, so it goes there, it's like, okay, just buy her around, and then you turn it around and you're cracking your knuckles.
Yeah.
2 minutes of free shots, buddy.
Yep.
It's ass kicking time.
But yeah, it would be very specific circumstances where I would help them. Any other reason, it's just straight to ass kicking.
Awesome.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. V. You will be up next. A old acquaintance of your past who you've had trust issues with comes and offers you the map to some grand treasure, but says that we need a group of people to distract the creature guarding it while we get away with this. Who are you sending in as the bait?
The bait. So...
Are you accepting this at all? Do you trust this shady-ass person who just straight up told you, hey, do you want to do some shady shit?
Well, this is a person from his past, and...
From his past who you've had trust issues with.
Yeah, the trust issues, and again, this kind of like depends on like who it is and what the scale of the trust issues are. But there's definitely some people in his past that he just outright like, thanks for the info, but I'm good.
The trust issue with this guy is he's almost always withheld certain details. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. Other times it's very much mattered, and that's why you're reluctant to take jobs with him unless you can get information from someone else other than him to, verify.
Well, I very much got like one specific figure from his, or I guess two, kind of. That he would like definitely just like straight up like say that this would fit, that kind of description would fit for that. He'd just flat out say no. If this is somebody though that he would be trusting enough, or at least a circumstance that he'd be trusting enough to accept, he'd probably go to like a shady part of whatever town he's in or near, and I guess it also kind of depends on the timeline for this. But he'd just try and recruit like the drunk assholes, like the people that are being assholes while they're drunk, in like just a bar in the shady part of town. The people that nobody's gonna miss.
There are specific tests some of my rogues have used in the past. I have specially trained pets that are like small puppies, kittens, and they specifically walk around these shaded areas. Anyone who's mean to them, that's the immediate sacrifice.
Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be a good way of telling. Are they a dick to this adorable kitten?
Like, okay, that guy's expendable.
If so, into the murder machine you go.
Alright, this one is top line of the blender.
Here, into the wood chipper.
Yep, feet first.
Yeah, feet first. Make it work. Make it do its magic.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
And the bonus question for both of them. Don't know if Crystal is here. I think Heidi is here. What would be your character's reaction if you found out you had a child?
Very, very surprised. Have a lot of questions.
What is this world version of Plan B?
I think it's...
There's actually a couple versions of this. Magic can do a lot.
That's right, because it's a very different experience for the sexes on like finding out that you have a kid. Because you can't.
There's a lot of ways for I want to say like cloning, but it's a weird thing where you could have a kid because you unknowingly had a deep, meaningful conversation with something very powerful, and that's like time with you is all they needed. Like getting to know you, that's all they said.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's impossible that a woman could have a kid and not know it, but there'd have to be some very specific or weird circumstances for that to be the case, like amnesia or being in a coma or memory loss is amnesia, or cloning.
Relationship with the entire thing, but it just got flipped out of your memories.
Or like Mass Effect style, if you're with why am I forgetting the name of the race? Blue skin, tentacle hair. Asari, yeah, like you're the paternal side of the Asari relationship, and it's like, yeah, you're a woman, but you're also a dad. Kind of.
So just confusion on all parts then?
Yeah.
Just panic.
That's fair. For yours, I'd be an honest surprise if they didn't use that moment of panic to try and rob you.
Who would be robbing her? Specifically. Oh, is it just like anybody who's in a relationship with Freya?
Yeah, because you don't know when this happened. Like at what time. They could be from the future for all you know.
This is also true.
Yeah. That is though that's kind of how I confirmed it was one of the other ones. For one of the players who had this happened to once, they freaked out, but they essentially did a deception check to pretend to freak out just to see what the kid would do. As soon as he said the kid's trying to like pickpocket you, he goes, "Okay, I know it's mine." All right, are you ready to continue?
Fantasy.
I think so.
What a wonderful time we live in.
As we return back to the spooky, well, no, not even spooky, just a weird cave. And we have our adventurers. Adventurers come back into this open cavern with the crates on one side slowly panning over to some training dummies, and the other with a small pit. Looks like a possible sparring. At the far end, at the last tunnel, there seems to be a figure cloaked, wearing strange kind of padding and armor. Seems to be swaying from side to side. Has not yet seen you, but does seem to be slowly moving, following the far wall of the cave.
Sorry.
Ooh.
And with that sneeze, this creature immediately darts up and looks at you.
Can I roll a Constitution check to see whether that character?
Sure. If you roll a natural one, that sneeze is coming.
Damn it! I rolled a natural 20.
Use them up now.
No, you think it...
It is hard to hold in a sneeze. Tyler, you were starting to say something. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, all good. But that is the situation. This character has not yet noticed you, but he is moving along across the wall, and they are slowly making they're essentially rummaging through the shit on the opposite side, where the little training area is, which is why they haven't immediately noticed your guys' entrance. What are y'all doing?
That's a good question.
It looks to be around. It's actually smaller, fully cloaked in weird kind of tattered robes, but a full cloak. So it seems to be very weathered, dirt torn. It looks like if it tried enough, it could just grab the wall and try to blend in if it needed to.
Interesting.
But this creature is most definitely not as small as the gnome you saw there, but just it's a little taller.
Bit taller.
Just.
That's not as threatening. I thought it was going to be
4 foot max with the tip of its hat. But that's if it was standing up completely straight, and it is currently not. Do you all proceed?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, let's not just walk up to him. Let's not proceed as in, do we want to try and jump this guy? Or whispering this? I'm just going to say it in a normal volume.
Oh, we can just try to quietly follow him. Stealth it.
Is he going away? He's going away from us, right?
He is currently rummaging through the stuff on the opposite side of the room.
Oh, then we could just sneak past him. Okay, so that's a yes for just murking this dude. We could potentially try and interrogate him if we leave him alive, but...
Yeah, interrogation seems like the most logical thing here, because we might be able to get some answers.
He also could just scream for help as well, and then
True.
Goes from bad to worse. Roya, you dead set on murking this guy, or do you want to try and interrogate him? I mean, that's definitely going to make him yell. Here, he's wearing a cloak, right? I mean, you said that before, Siler, I assume.
Yes, wearing a full-on cloak. It's tattered, it's well used, but it's also well put together, so it's not something that'll just tear in half, single thing.
Alright. And it's got a hood up, right?
Hood is currently up. It is currently only facing you slightly to the side, and it hasn't noticed you, as it is currently rummaging through some small and largish crates.
I'm gonna sneak up and try and muffle him I'm gonna just try and do it with his own cloak. Maybe just some piece of fabric that I have. Do I have some fabric? I got a scarf. Stick it in his mouth.
The bag of holding scarf?
I will not use... No, I'm not going to use the scarf. No, I am kind of curious now on what would happen if you did stick that in somebody's mouth, but I don't think now is the time to test that.
If you really wanted to fool someone into thinking you could eat the hottest of all chilies.
Man, yeah. I'm just gonna I've got a neck handkerchief, bandana, wrap. I got some fabric that I can just stick in his mouth to keep him from screaming.
Okay, I'll need a stealth check because you guys are on opposite sides of the room. And it's only you going up first, or what's everyone else doing?
Well, yeah, no, this is talking right now. Is that a good plan for everybody? Any objections? Any amendments?
So.
Anybody gonna jump the gun and shoot him in the face?
Yeah. Yeah, things.
She will have her sickle at the ready.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Go
you're
south.
gonna have. What exactly are your triggers for the bow attack? And are you just, if he gets in melee range, you're gonna use the sickle, Mercy? Or do that?
Yeah.
Are you approaching as well?
There it is.
If he gets in range, I'll use it. Or if I need to like dash and grab him and then like hold it to his throat, I can do that.
Ooh, very vicious. Liking this new turn. So, one of you is just holding a dash to go up and threaten him with a knife. Roya, you're holding a shot. Anywhere you're specifically aiming and anything you're waiting for to specifically trigger the attack? So if he does manage to stuff a handkerchief down his throat, you're going to let the arrow fly.
You're gonna kill him if I manage to. Shouldn't it be if it fails? Because it's like
It should be. I think shooting him should be a contingency plan. Or about.
that was my thoughts as well.
Yeah.
I think we established that last time it took its teeth out, but it's still on you.
It's just hanging off you, sleeping right now. All right.
Well, that's very helpful.
Okay. Then just a stealth check from UV as you try to approach this creature.
Yeah, it's also just worth mentioning as well. It's not just stick the handkerchief in its mouth. It's like, stick his handkerchief, like put him in a headlock, then force it into his mouth.
All right. Well, let's see what the stealth check is first, because this might go badly. Let's wait till you get there, then we'll start the. I guess it'd be a grapple once you get there.
23. I rolled a 19 plus 4.
All right. Oh, what was everybody's passive percent?
14.
14.
Okay, so Roya, you're the only one who sees this. As he does, in fact, get within range of this creature to begin whatever he's about to begin to do, you do see that underneath his feet there is a small pulse. Quick glow, it only flickered. But yeah, you've got him. You're there. He's in range. What do you do?
I assume Roy is not going to do anything at this time because this is just a suspicion, I think.
I mean, you're petting your bat, and you notice that very odd thing, but your choice to let him know or do what you do.
Gonna headlock him and gag him. Sorry.
All right, then you're going for a grapple check, and he'll be doing his own. Now, this will be with advantage for you because you did catch him by surprise.
Woo! What would this be? Is it strength, dexterity? 2 rolls?
With this grapple, this will be your athletics.
Okay.
And he gets to do either athletics or acrobatics, but yours is at advantage because you got him by surprise.
Okay. I think that one's going to be the higher of the two, but let's check this other one. Okay, yeah, I am going to not take the nat one, and I will take the other 19 that is a 24 athletics.
And you grab him by the... So you're going to try and gag him with your what?
I have a, not a sash, it's a bandana that I am currently not wearing because I've got the scarf. But I've taken that off and I'm using it to gag him with.
All right, and as you go and grapple and grab for him, and you're about to jam it into his mouth, and he just sinks and right underneath your feet, and he just rolls behind you. But in doing so, you get a clear visage as you knock down his hood. This is in fact a goblin.
Goblin.
Yes,
Capable
indeed.
goblin.
Yep, and he rolled behind you. He doesn't look angry. He looks... There's a bit of shock and surprise. You can see he does have his little mask over his nose and his teeth, but clearly seeing his eyes, green hair, very pointed ears. So obviously a goblin, and he just looks at you in surprise and yells, "Fuck! Who? Why?" And he looks down at what where you're sitting, and you idiot.
Am I sitting? Am I like right on top of the glowing spot Roy mentioned?
No, there's no glowing spot. He just looked at where your feet were. And he seemed to have insulted you for some reason. But he is behind you. You guys are still in your thing. And Virtue, I don't know if you want to run up to him now or just wait till he got to you. Or just letting everybody's action trigger before he speaks.
Yeah, I'll hold off until he actually, maybe tries to bolt or something.
Yeah.
But Virtue's just standing there with her sickle in a way that may or may be very helpful.
All right. At this point, I'm just going to have everybody roll initiative. It's not necessarily combat, but just so we have an order of who's doing what when.
All right.
8.
Okay, I'm actually rolling decently well so far. That's a 19 total.
I swear it's only with this character that I roll so horribly.
Roya? 13, alright, and then so our order is selected. We have V, you're up first. Goblin. Roya, Virtue.
Alright.
So, V, what are you doing? This guy escaped your grapple. He's giving you a confused and then a odd look before insulting you when he looked at your feet for some reason.
So, again, he's like surprised at the moment and then like not...
Yeah, no. Surprised, but then he just doesn't seem to be angry or immediately aggressive, just, hey, what the fuck? And then it was more of a looking, giving you the once over before he looked up where you were standing and just gave you an insult.
Yeah. Don't know what that's about. Yet, at least.
Problem.
Don't know what his reaction's going to be here, so can I check what he was looking at in these barrels and crates and whatnot?
Certain perception investigation if you closer to start physically little bear.
You kind of stopped and then like your voice sped up there. I think that was basically asking me to roll perception or investigation.
Yeah. It's perception or investigation. For investigation, you have to move. You start looking through stuff. Perception is just quick eyesight and you stew.
I'm going to roll perception. That is an 12.
All right, and with that, you were able to see that there were some empty spots in this crate. A few of some basic weapons, but all of them look scavenged. Others look like small little chests that have recently opened that look like they had held things in them. There's some broken vials in them. For some, half used, unknown. Not sure what this was inside, but whatever it was, somebody either used it all or left half of it in there. Don't recognize what's inside these substances, though. But for the most part, only few pieces in this are intact. Most of those are intact.
You're breaking up again. I heard most of that, but what was that last bit? A few pieces or what?
There are a few in there, but for the most part it's...
Again, you broke up, again. At, the same point in time.
Any better?
That was...
So
I
far.
don't know if it'll stay that way.
Here's hoping. There are a few intact glass vials in the crate, along with a bunch of broken ones. And like I said, a few weapons that look okay, but for the most part, the others are rusted and very worn.
Okay. And I heard you that time. But that is interesting. I'm gonna... How far away is he now? He's moved kind of behind me. Is he still,
No, he moved. No, he was within 5 feet, but he just moved out of your grapple and rolled behind you.
Okay.
Before giving you the what the fuck and oh, you fucking idiot.
Which I'm going to into it. That doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't know that the others are there, but there is a decent chance that he hasn't realized that. So V's just gonna kind of put his hands up with the bandana and just kind of do a whoa, 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 whoa. And I think I'm just gonna wait to see what his reaction is. I'm still standing where I am, so I will also take a look, I guess, as well to see what he's looking at.
Well, you have now turned around, so you're still in the same spot, but you've moved your feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look down. It's just your boots. You don't think they're that bad. They're a little muddy, but I mean, they're not bad. They're good boots. Screw him.
Won these boots fair and square.
Yeah, dead guy didn't need them.
I mean, he needed them when he was alive, but not anymore. Didn't save him from that bear. I'm sorry, bad joke. Yeah, no, I'm gonna kind of try to do a whoa, whoa, whoa motion, see his reaction, and I kind of want to keep his attention on me if I can.
Okay, make me a quick persuasion check to see if you can get him to keep his focus on you.
All right. That is a 16.
That's a 16, alright. He seems to be focusing on you for the split second that you give him this order. Or give him this distraction. That's anything else?
I guess without making it obvious, I kind of want to just look behind him and signal the others that if they're going to do anything, I'm keeping his attention.
All right. You guys are signaled, or essentially he gives you a signal. You think about, well, he is clearly keeping this goblin's attention, so his back is to you guys. Gotta see what this goblin does real quick.
I don't know if I have anything really useful right now. That's good for interrogation, at least.
Now that's unfortunate.
Well,
So you see this goblin just give you the just most deadpan stare, which is weird coming from a goblin with half his face covered, before he immediately throws a small wad of dust in his hand that you can see, kind of, it's white, it looks very much, you almost swear it had like a sand or a flower or something, but as soon as it hits the ground, 20 feet of just white flash. It's everybody. And I need a quick con save from everyone.
Are we all within 20 feet?
The flash hits 20 feet, but the effect is actually a bit bigger.
Mm.
The only one within 20
con,
feet
right?
would be you. Yeah, con, but yours would be at disadvantage because you were within the 20 feet of the flash.
8, I assume, does not succeed.
No. Roll the other saves.
8. Or, I mean, not 8. 6.
Okay, so Roya, you were quick enough to shield both your eyes and that of your bats because you know that stuff's not something they like. Yeah. But, it's a quick flash, but you more or less saw what it was trying to do. And with that, you hear a loud, pitter-pattered scurrying as this thing just books it. Not where he came from, but going down from where you guys came. And you can very clearly hear him yelling a few insults at each of you as you leave.
All right. Does that make enough noise that it alerts the rest of the tribe?
There was no sound with the flash. Just him hurling a few insults at you guys as he left. And for what you see, or for what you can take from this, you're an honest guess if this guy was in fact part of the tribe or just someone else trying to loot someone here.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I gotta dip for a minute. I'll be back as soon as I can.
No problem.
You guys can keep going.
He's not that far. He's he had to run across the room, so he's maybe 5 feet out the door, but Roy, it's your turn. Probably within, double check, is how far did you guys loop around the actual tunnel before you stopped to do the thing? You only made it maybe halfway before you had to make a physical turn to see the other exit. Yeah, so it's 15 feet away from him, but also from the door. So to get within sight of him, you got 30 feet of movement. So if you wanted to, you could run up to him. Probably get within melee if you wanted, or just get him in line of sight for range. Alright. Yeah. And you can get him in line of sight. It'd just take 10 of your feet, and you could get him straight as he's essentially booking it, and very clearly throwing the middle finger. He is within your sights. Alright. Yeah, risk it for the biscuit. Oh, he did insult you once, but he insulted mainly V. He's the one who's getting the twin birds as he ran past. He did call you when he was running past, just, called Virtue creepy, and he called you You don't know. Do you speak Goblin? Haha, then you understand and could very much respond in Goblin when he says, "The hell is that thing on you?" It is. It very much is. All right. And that is a 16 on the dex save. He seems to be nimble. Yeah, never mind, like, the giant hole you just tore through him. All right. All right. Please choose your insult at your leisure. Yeah. His insult to you was, "What the hell is that thing?" And you're not sure if he was pointing at your new friend or you. And you do.
Fiery.
And this thing pierces, and you can hear him scream and stumble before his jacket essentially flickers open, and you see there were about maybe 8 or 9 different vials, flasks, and tubes on the inside that your thing just pierced through. He's maybe got 3 intact, the others are bleeding. He got hit with the shrapnel of those broken shards of glass and metal when your arrow struck through. And he looks at you furiously for this specific reason, and he yells at you, "Just cost me fucking gold!" As you see the wounds that you're attacked and the thing, the shards of glass and metal that are in him are starting to heal and scab over. Yep. Yeah.
V just goes, "I zoned out for a minute. What happened?"
This thing ran out like twin birds to you. You couldn't see it. Quick insult, Goblin, which I don't think you could understand. Another insult to Virtue and to Roya. Roya could understand it, took it personally, and shot him with a magical arrow. Didn't hit with the spell, but damn if that thing didn't twerk through him real good. And a second strike, and you hear the same sound as where were you aiming this one? Just see if this happens. Yeah, that'd be enough to out of there. And you see he has 1 vial left, as the other one you essentially go right for the thigh, right around like the orbital bone. You can see it sticking in there. Same thing with the vials, just more glass started in there and this weird liquid seeping in. And once again he curses at you, saying, "Stop fucking doing that! Aim for the head or something! Stop costing me gold!"
You know, Roy, if you kill him and then we take his stuff, you could potentially get gold from selling the stuff.
There's no stuff left! Yeah, he has 1 left out of like the 9 he had.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, he's more angry at the stuff you destroyed than him being shot.
We're gonna find out that is literally like better than liquid gold.
Like, yeah, no, you're wasting all my premium shit on me. Now he's screaming at you, and you can physically see him tell him, like, the head. The fucking head.
Why didn't you kill me?
Like, kill me, don't wreck my things.
Well.
I love your logic there, man. Flawless. Utterly flawless.
You don't know this goblin or what he's done or what he's been doing or why he has a cloak laced with unknown flasks that seem to heal him. Maybe? It's weird because like it's healed and scabbed over, but it's not that magical shit you've seen where like, oh, it pops the glass out and everything's perfect.
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah, a little different. He's not dead though, he's taken some serious hits. But he's also furious at the fact that you're aiming for his stuff in the...
Hey, before we kill you, can you explain what's going on here? I mean, you gotta ask.
It's true.
Don't even try, you don't know if it'll work.
Let that be a mystery forever.
I will step up to this guy. Is he like on the ground or is he still running? What's he doing?
He's hurt, and this was caught halfway through his run as he's trying to escape, possibly, or just run away from you guys, as he seemed to be trying to leave the person who was trying to gag him or grapple him with something.
Mm-hmm.
And then your friend shot him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna run over to him, and has he stopped or is he still going? That's just my main thing.
He's taking like a quick breather to try to, get his quick bearings together after being shot twice. But he looks like he's ready to start moving again, possibly.
Before he moves, I'm gonna approach him, and I'm gonna stand over him with Toll the Dead ready. And I want to try to intimidate him.
Alright, we're
full
going to
on scary Puritan mode.
Alright, just full on, magic pulsing, like the sounds of like the bells about to swing behind you. It's that eerie kind of vision just before it happens. Roll that intimidation.
That's a 17 plus 6. Yeah, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
23.
No, he's plenty scared. And I don't know if you want to say something or give him a specific kind of threat or instruction, as he's currently looking like he's even more desperate to get the fuck out of here. As this what he thought was just a weird-looking weirdo to him, now very scary and now very, powerful-looking person who looks like they're about to do something painful.
I do kind of want to know why.
Basically, be holding that spell ready to go, but she's gonna say to him, "You will stop running now, or we will send you into the very pits of hell, and that is a promise, not a threat."
Does Virtue have connections?
I got friends on the other side.
You know what? Actually, she is a warlock. She does have connections.
It's a weird thing because when she says that, behind the goblin, you see her shadow actually takes the form of a tall, very well-figured individual. You can only see the shadows, but he seems to be flapping, like after a very well-made performance. it's weird. She can't see this, only you two can behind her. And he is just clapping and yelling inaudibly. And you can almost see him take off his hat and looks like he's wiping a tear from his eye.
Oh my goodness.
Taking a page from his book, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, because it's her shadow doing this. And then it just immediately morphs back into hers. But yeah,
That's normal, right?
Anything else? Anything else, Frenchie?
Oh,
Normal
absolutely.
for her, right?
That was my action. So I think I'll leave it at that.
I'm sorry, but you cut out for me. What was it?
Oh, yeah. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Awesome. Very scary and a little confusing because you also saw the shadow. And V, top of the round.
Is it still like she said that? Is he still looking like he's about to bolt?
I need you to make me one more con save, not disadvantage, because you guys would have had, specifically you, vision would have been impaired for this. So for this one, otherwise you're going to be partially kind of blind, so half of the your sight's essentially reduced to half.
That's fair. What is my... Okay. 16?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you were seeing spots for a good few seconds before like you quickly blink, shake your head, snap out of it. Okay, you're good to go. And you can see that your team has moved slightly. Looks like they're going back the way you came, or you assume a little faster.
My eyes. Do I see the standoff that they're having?
You do. You see a very odd sight as Roya seems to be knocking another arrow just at the ready while Virtue is standing in front of him, standing oddly stout as she seems to be summoning her magic and readying an attack. You didn't hear what she said, but she looked like she just was trying to be intimidating. It looks like it's working.
Yeah, I guess I probably didn't see the whole shadow thing then.
No, fortunately, no.
I'm gonna... Can I get to him again?
You'll be just out of range unless you want to use your actions to move.
Okay. I will move closer, but I'll also kind of go and ask, hey, what's the situation here, and why did you call me an idiot just now?
Are you moving towards him or towards Roya?
Towards him.
Or Virtue? Towards him? Okay. You're about 10 feet from him, but well within, interrogating distance.
Interrogating range. Yeah, I'll check in on that. If he has a response.
All right, and roll me a persuasion or intimidation check. You're riding that line right now. You could really go either way.
Intimidation. I mean, I got a +0 in both, so yes. As charismatic as I typically try to play V, he actually has a very low charisma. So
He's a 20 in his heart.
Yeah, I'll go with persuasion. Yeah, in his heart of hearts. 16.
He looks at you and like he can barely keep his like sights on you because he keeps shifting back to Mercy just with like a quick flinch, just wondering if he's the second he looks away, is she about to hit him? But he just looks at you and stutters out first in Goblin, which you won't understand, and then he notices it's Goblin before he stutters out the word "Trap wards." Didn't check.
I didn't catch that. What was that?
He stuttered out the words "Trap wards. You stupid didn't check."
Wards. Magic. Yes. I see. What were you looking for? What's going on here?
Yeah, I don't need to roll it. I'll give you this one question. You'd be stuttering this out again. Loot. Steal. It's just me. Week's worth! And he's just glaring as best as he can while terrified, specifically at Roya.
So you're stealing from your own clan, or are you not from this clan?
And he's weighing his options for some reason before he's starting looking to. He gives a quick glare to Roya, and then he just looks between you and Virtue. And then, as much as he's afraid to say anything to anger you, Virtue, he does give you a quizzical look while very still much stuttering and afraid. See, stupid.
Not as far as I know.
He does again sigh at this. What? Here, I got an offer for you. If you tell us what to expect in there, we'll let you go. Because it seems like you're not exactly on good terms with them either.
Gotta roll something real quick just because the way you're phrasing this is kind of giving him his own idea of what's going on.
Fair enough.
Oof, that was almost a natural one, and then it was a 14.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, no, and because he's not prone or anything, he was ready to bolt, but then he just kind of started this conversation and just kind of lulled the, intense of the situation.
Immediate combat for the moment.
Yeah, out of immediate, him trying to run away and you starting to continuing the talking after Mercy, Mercy, Virtue, thank you. Mercy was here, got decapitated immediately.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, he says, who are you looking for?
Not a who, more like a what?
Star-shaped head.
No one here with that. No one here with that.
Did you steal crystals recently? We see your cart's been dragged through here. A cart has been dragged through here.
I don't live here, stupid.
Then what do you know?
I
And why should we?
know weeks worth of work lost because of her. You in here fumbling. They know you're here now. And
Yeah.
I'm checking the back first. I had what I could steal, now gone. He looks at like the one last little potion, and you can almost see like he's fighting back a tear from like just looking at it. I was going to finish rummaging through the supplies, and then I'm going to go to the cells for the prisoners, and then I'm going to leave. I don't know why you're here. Don't care. I hope they shoot you. I hope you win, but I hope they shoot you.
Why were you going to go to the prisons? And
That's
I get
where
that.
they strip things. They take prisoners. If they don't kill them and eat them, they take things. Sometimes you find people who help steal more things. Sometimes you find things from the ones already dead. Why are you here?
Got a job to do. We're looking for crystals that were stolen.
And he just pulls out like a small shard from his pocket. It looks at first glance like a small opalite, but it's jagged on all sides.
This is like the other crystal fragments we found, I assume?
Yes, but this one is far larger and intact.
Interesting. I would also say that V, as we're having this conversation, V is like slowly like looking like he's just kind of casually pacing while we're having the conversation, but he's circled around, kind of block this goblin's escape as much as he can.
Yeah, as soon as you try to do that, he immediately tenses his hand, and you can clearly see that powder in his hand. He's not taking his eye off you or any of you, but you're halfway there, but he has noticed.
I kind of cool off and don't. I stop for the moment. Well, he's tense.
Yeah, no, he shows you this. He does show you what you think is probably a piece of crystal, not the main one, but like a shaving of it for when they try to get to the insides.
Mm-hmm.
But still, this is something that you could bring back and they would pay you for it. It's not a complete one, but something.
And this crystal, was it stolen, like has been reported?
No, this was in the ground. No, this was in the ground. I dug it up.
On a farm, right?
No, here. What?
In the cave?
You know they bury this when they don't. You know, he rolled a 14, so he tell you. Do you know what this is?
Yes, but go ahead and share your thoughts on it.
I don't know what this is. I know you can eat it, but it's probably going to kill you. Usually kills you. You can grow more of it if you have one at least this big, or the inside of one. And people will kill you for it, or give you a lot of gold. I'm hoping for a lot of gold. Or some stuff. I need stuff.
Ready for it if you want. They're valuable, but you're gonna be on the run, it looks like. Or wait, no, I don't say it like that. You're in a peculiar situation.
If you have a lot. This one, it's just one. But if you have a lot, don't fucking tell anyone you have a lot, okay? Don't say it. Unless they say they're going to give you gold.
Mm-hmm.
one is just one. And this one was just the buried one.
So did they bury that in the caves to make more?
One of them was trying it. I don't know how many he buried. I think they said some tried to eat some, but it didn't work. No one changed.
Only people dying?
Yeah. Dummies. But
So
they said they are going to stop trying and just take the rest as off. So if you want to get them back, you got to do it fast. Because when they go down, you can go down, but well, bye.
did he say bye? Like he's leaving?
No, just like if you choose to go down, then just die.
Ah, I see. Die, not bye.
And he's doing weird hand gestures to try to to simulate what it means, and he just does a weird steep drop when he says down.
Interesting. Alright, well, let us know where those are, and I think you can go on your way. Don't see any reason.
You tried to grab me, she shot me twice, and more important, she wrecked my thing.
Well, I tried to grab you so that we can ask you questions without you yelling.
Yes, and you also hit the... He just snapping his fingers, trying to think. You hit the magic. Do you know how to check for that?
I don't have any magical senses, or he kind of wiggles his fingers as he said magical senses, or anything like that.
He just turns away really quick, and he puts the little shard thing back in his pouch, and he starts scrambling through something. And he just says, "Okay, here." And he just throws you what looks to be a small circular little trinket.
He'll catch it.
Open. Don't. Drop it.
Alright. If I can open, I'll open it.
It looks to be a compass, but it seems to have been tampered with. There's a small crystal, like the one showed you, but a small shaving jammed into the side, and an even smaller one acting as the dial for this compass. There's no north, south, or west on it, and there seems to be a strange, barely visible little arcane. It's not a full circle. It's just It's a strange pattern of runes, very small and etched in there. This looks old, but somehow still intact. And it's kind of, the little glow is following the etching around it. And you can tell very clearly that the crystal that was jammed into the back and the side was not originally part of this.
It's like a compass that's magical compass, kind of with this kind of jury-rigged.
Yeah, it tells you when you're gonna find something.
Ooh.
This is just me saying fuck, as it will blow up if something hits it. But it works.
Keep an eye out for that.
But while
Is
you
it currently pointing to the nearest crystal?
He's pointing. No, he's specifically pointing at the crystal at the back. If something hits that, it's going to blow up. But while you have this, and this is the end talking, you cast detect magic at will, and once a day you have find traps.
Okay. Interesting. I'll take note of this. How does the if it takes any damage it explodes work? Is it if I put it in my pocket, it's gonna be fine, or like it's only like if I have it out, or if I drop it or throw it.
For this one, it's if anything damages it, which is specifically susceptible to. Essentially, every time you take a hit, you roll a d20, and on a 1, it'll essentially wipe out. It essentially has 5 hits on it before it essentially breaks and goes off. So you have to roll a natural 1 5 times.
Okay.
And that's only when you have it out. If you have it like wrapped in something or in your pocket or something, this is essentially one that's being used. If something attacks you or causes damage in your area, that's when you have to roll.
Okay. Interesting. I am noting this down now.
As long as you don't use this in a fight, or careful not to get ambushed with it while you're using it, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Or don't drop it. Don't walk off a cliff.
I hope to God you don't. I mean, if you wanted to, you could jerry-rig this to just be a bomb. You just, you just strap something that's going to blow up. I'm sure that'll just give it enough room to go off. But, it's also a pretty decent item that seems to have been jerry-rigged with this crystal somehow.
Seems very handy. Excuse me. And, maybe as a last ditch, but I also don't know, like, is this like super potent? Like, it'll wipe out like everything if it's like this tiny thing is dynamite, or is it like it'll just kind of explode in my hand?
You don't know.
Remains to be seen. Or not seen.
Hopefully you don't have to find out.
Alright.
But he essentially finishes up and says, I don't like her. You're okay. She's just weird. Scary.
Who is he
You
pointing
can't
at,
say
Roya?
something nice, don't say anything at all.
Okay, Bambi.
And he's still specifically pointing at you, V, and he says, you have any gold?
Why?
You want to buy a potion?
A singular potion?
That's all she left me with.
Alright.
He just points at you. He just does that weird, like, evil monkey from Family Guy just stare at you when he just says that. Money!
Yeah, I think that might come in handy. See, for the inconvenience, something like this, 50 gold, you think?
Okay. And he just pulls out, and this is a weird glass beaker. It's shaped like a banana for some reason, but it's corked. This looks like an actual, like, potion, like you've seen these on the continent. This wasn't made here, or this wasn't made with the techniques of the island. This was made with the original, like, alchemical and herbal stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, pure blood red, and gives off that nice little hint of magic that you're very used to.
Nice. Is this like a standard sort of healing potion? Like,
this is in fact a standard healing potion.
Alright.
But he does take out that little shard, and he just uncorks it, and he dips in a little spike on the tip, and for some reason it looks, I don't know if you've ever seen like those drinks with like crushed pearl and stuff in them where like they start glittering on the inside.
Oh yeah.
The potion essentially gets that weird swirling, like he just dumped glitter into it before he like removes the shard, then corks it again and hands it to you and says, best if you use it. It'll wear off in like 2 days.
Good to know. I'm sure we'll need it sooner than then. So do you know where this my voice cracked there, sorry. Do you know where they're farming these crystals?
And he just points back to where he went there. That way, you have to follow the dust and be careful and quiet.
We'll do that.
Actually, no. You do what you want. It looks like he was trying to be like, be cautious. Like, you know what? No, fuck. You do what you want.
That's fair.
This isn't a friendly, be careful thing. This is a, do you have fun with that?
This is definitely a weird interaction.
Oh yeah, no. This guy was not. He's essentially the NPC who just happened to turn into an enemy for a short bit. But an angry businessman all the same.
Yeah. Sorry things shook out this way. Yeah.
And for the first time, you see him pull down his little hooded mask, and you see that his bottom jaw is in fact made of crystal. And so are his teeth. And he sticks out his tongue, which is his normal tongue, and he just blows you a raspberry.
Alright then.
And then he just puts it back up.
I'm like eyeing Roy. It's like, are you gonna try and like rip this guy's jaw off, or are you just gonna leave well enough alone?
Who knows?
Well, he's also got at least one normal crystal on him. Sorry.
But yeah, no. He essentially tells you go that way, follow the trail, be careful. You know what? No, be yourselves. And then he just gives you the raspberry and says, good luck. Well, only you two. And then he just gives you a weird bow, which is essentially a half bow, but it also looks like he starts half kneeling. It's weird because he just stays there for a few seconds. What are y'all doing?
Kind of looking at the other two. It's like,
eyeballing him, making sure he doesn't do anything sus.
All right.
This man is the definition of sus.
Aside,
He's been insulting specifically to Roya.
You shot him.
You shot him twice. And here's the thing. He didn't care about you shooting him. He cared that you ruined his stuff. Specifically his...
ironically.
More for the... Yeah, no, you unironically, or maybe ironically, you destroyed the potions I thought you were going to buy or loot off, depending on how this conversation went, because I didn't know if you were going to just kill him off and just loot him, or, strike up the conversation and just buy his potions off.
Yeah, I missed the first part of that. Did you intentionally... I know the second shot you intentionally aimed for the potions, but, did you intentionally...
First time, no. No. The first one was just to realize they were there, until I realized, oh, she, super hitted, and she did a lot of damage. And the way I made that, translate is, she hit a bunch of the vials that essentially shrapneled into him, which hurt like hell, and then healed him by leaking the potion. And it was also a bramble shot, which would have been so much worse, because that would have effectively, depending on how much damage you pumped into that, crushed all of them into him, both hurting and healing. So I have no potions. Y'all made it with one potion. Yep. Alright.
I kind of do not a nod to him, but I do a kind of head nod. Or yeah, not a bow, but a head nod.
And he acknowledges that while he's still in his weird little stance. You're not sure what he's doing or waiting for, but it looks like he has his ear like to the side, just waiting for something.
Bridget's just gonna narrow her eyes. Best watch yourself.
I kind of look over and check the passageway that we were looking at before, that he was kind of in front of when we first got in the room.
Can everybody make me a quick perception check?
Absolutely.
7.
11.
And with that, you guys just... No, it's obviously, this is... Nothing could... It's fine. It's all fine. Just, his ears twitch a little, but it's fine. Like, a specific kind of twitching, like he heard something. You're not sure why, because as soon as he does that, he just lifts out a small, eerie little chatter and says, "That life stalled long enough." And he, again, powder to the ground, and I need a con from everybody, because you all are now within 20.
Damn it.
Yep.
Disadvantage?
Disadvantage. It's weird. He seemed to have been waiting, like he was stalling and waiting to hear something, and apparently he heard it, and no one else did. Disadvantage?
I got a 19.
Hey, no,
I'm sorry.
That's still enough.
Yeah, I got an 8.
You guys are...
I gotta dip again real quick.
Alright. Now, you have to, for your next turn, you'll have to roll again to try to get out of this blindness. Roya, you're good. But you do see that he has once again scuttered off down the passage y'all went. And you clearly see the... It's weird. He's Naruto running while giving you 2 middle fingers while he dashes away.
How rude.
But yeah, no, he goes down the tunnel y'all went. The blindness, unless someone's gonna go chase him down for some, extra revenge or something. Y'all are, getting over that little blindness. I'm a little sad no one asked about the powder, because he's a salesman. He'll sell you just about anything. I made this with you in mind.
I mean...
Yeah, always be closing. ABC. This man lives and dies by this creed. That's why he was open to selling stuff and asking and gathering some information. Right now, you guys he does not have a high opinion of most of you, be it reputation or intelligence wise. Damage wise, okay, they can handle themselves, they're here and they're not dead, but they really are just walking around with blindfolds on. Hey, I'll take a chance. I'll give him a defective compass. Yeah, no, you didn't ask. You just saw what it did, how it worked. He told you one of the major flaws of it. It's not like you have someone with Identify who could tell you if there's something else in there. Yeah, unfortunately not. You know a wizard, but you'd have to call him up and ask him. You might be able to ask, hey, it turns out this thing. Yeah, no, this thing's also got a remote detonator. So if you've ever feeling like screwing with y'all, just click, boom. No, he just be spying on you guys, and as soon as he sees you guys coming out with your haul, he's like, "Oh, that's a pretty looking bunch of diamonds." Beep. He seems to be running this kind of thing on his own in these places. Although you did teach him a pretty hard lesson about keeping his wares on him and not safe. Oh yeah, no, he understands that. He holds a grudge, but more because, damn you and this high price I paid to learn this lesson. Well, maybe, though he will know he needs to make a separate outfit, because this is more of his like traveling merchant, like open the trench coat and or a cloak and like, what can I help you with? What do you need? And now he's like, okay, maybe have that in a separate thing, and once I'm not in what I believe to be a dangerous area, I'll switch to the businessman. Yeah, you missed the guy, Goblin, who's essentially Naruto running away while flipping you both the birds.
Yeah, that tracks.
And I don't know if anyone's going to run after him or not. One of you is going to be like dazed and a little blinded for a turn. The other one is just a little sunspotty, but you can more or less make out. Half your vision's kind of gone, but you're more or less okay in a cave. If this was like out in a wide open field, it'd be way worse.
Yeah, V's kind of like, that was kind of unnecessary to flashbang us again. You were gonna let him go, or I mean, I was gonna let him go. I don't know about Roya.
Yeah, you don't know if this was intended to be like, no, this was definitely intended to be a fuck you to you, to specific someone's.
Yeah. Yeah. All right then.
I'm sad no one asked if he was willing to sell the powder he just used to flashbang you guys the first time.
I figured it was probably going to be a no.
Like,
but yeah,
businessman. Like he was willing to sell you the last potion he had, despite you traveling with the person who destroyed the rest.
This is also true. I also wanted to ask him his name, but
no one. He was there sitting for a while, and no one asked him anything. They were just waiting.
Generally, you know, just let him do his thing.
Yeah,
probably just
kind of like
walked up and was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And probably would have been fine. But we didn't know that.
I mean, it would have been a little weirder, you know, because he's like, "The hell are you people?" I mean, like, to be fair, I'm not. This is my place. I'm stealing from these guys, but you know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, we'll mark that potion 3 days. It's a standard health potion until somebody decides to drink it, and then we'll see what happens. The compass. Detect magic at will for whoever's holding it. You don't need to attune. You just need to be holding it. It's once a day you have the detect snaps spell, which is really good. If you're holding it and you take damage from any source, you gotta roll a d20. On a 1, it loses 1 of its 5 in HP, and it unfortunately goes up. And that's all you know about this.
Yeah.
Probably, if anyone had any identifiers of any kind, you could use this.
Or an artificer friend back in town.
Maybe. You just find someone who's magically inclined who's willing to do it for money.
I just remembered, as well as a side note, I don't remember if it was Roya or Virtue, but didn't one of you guys promise to go back to the Coliseum tomorrow to give a couple spell slots to the guy? To the guy that sold you something and at a discounted price?
Yeah, what was that?
That was,
if I remember correctly,
one of the natives.
Neris did that. I think one of you two did that as well.
If I remember correctly, it was one of the
I
natives at the shop at the arena. He could, as payment, he had a way to extract a spell slot to essentially make it into pure kind of essentially energy, and it had an eerily similar appearance to the crystals, but it seemed to be almost like a physically glowing, but not there.
Yeah. Well, maybe you paid just during use one of your spell slots and paid at the time.
Yeah, no, he accepted the spell slot as like a form of trade.
Yeah. Neris, I remember he was going to come back and do it today, which he is doing. I mean, less
Oh yeah,
stuff
no,
I don't know.
He could, if he's willing to trade, his spell slots could get him some decent discounts and help him with trade, making some contacts and friends.
Yeah.
He's no longer, I think, a participant, but more of a backroom dealer because, he is an artificer. He can make stuff or cut a deal with people in there to help them make stuff. He'll be okay.
Also currently working on just making friends.
Making friends. He's started the business. Oh, and also all of the last minute blueprints he got of a bunch of different weapons and stuff. Because that scrap sawed off shotgun he saw the dwarf have.
Very useful, very nifty, very cool.
Oh yeah, that one's the best. You can literally take any bit. Just into the gun and shoot away.
Sorry, I'm finishing typing out the... Oh, he's the one who left.
He disappeared.
It is getting decently late. We've been having later starts, so... We'll see. Hello.
Hello?
Hey there.
I'm sorry, I was away from the phone and I didn't notice I was kicked out.
Oh, you're fine.
Good.
Okay, but yeah, no, we are... It is, well... He is making good deals. Okay, so what are you all doing? You've been given, some potions, an item, a direction, advice, insult, something like that.
Advice.
Well,
do we want to continue going down the passageway? See what's in the next room? Stealthily?
Yeah, good turn.
Absolutely. That sounds good to me.
Excellent. Y'all make your way there. You also, once again, pass by this room with only one crate that you started to loot. You also now... Anyone wants to check anything from here or just keep on going?
Actually, I will just cast a quick detect magic with these crates and kind of give it a once-over. There's a diamond in the rough, maybe.
You notice that out of all the crates, only 2 of them seem to have an unknown bit of magic, not on them, but in front of them. It's 2 that he would have over for where the goblin was, a bit to the left. So not the one he started going through, but the ones that would have been there later.
Okay, interesting. Probably not gonna be able to take those, I assume. So, on to the next room.
Onward.
Onward and upward.
All right. As you go, and once again, you enter a tunnel. Close it off, and what happened?
No. You're good. You're good.
Okay. You all enter a tunnel. Can I get the marching order, please?
I'll take up the rear.
I'm assuming they're going to throw me up in the front. Yeah, that fits. Well, can't argue with that.
Yeah, beautiful looking meat shield you got there.
The meat shield is also a cake. Or has one. Now I'm just imagining them actually bantering like this, and Virtue is just like full on like red in the face, like, can you guys stop?
Well, I'd ask the question, does she know that's what's happening, or does she honestly think they're talking about it?
You know what?
You guys smell some cake or something?
Because I gotta wonder, how familiar is she with the flirting and innuendos of the bacon?
You know what? Her flirting culture is sensible match. Yeah, these people should get together.
At farmersonly.com. I'm sorry.
So yeah, she probably wouldn't be picking up much on that.
I am very entertained by like my mental image of her reactions. It's like, why are you guys talking about a bakery so seductively?
Like, I'm a good friend. I should plan a trip to like a bakery. They seem to enjoy this.
Why is she talking about a baguette?
Yum yum.
Oh, I know those. Oh, those are really good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I instantly thought of like a Panera Bread baguette, and now I'm hungry.
See, now I'm thinking of like the fresh baked bread you could get at there's a local store that does them.
Ooh.
Good.
They're so crunchy. You don't even need butter, you just eat it on its own.
I mean,
yep.
yeah, I was like, the fresh bakery when they've just finished them out the oven, they're cooling on the windowsill. Oh, such peaceful times.
Well, I was thinking that like V, like as they're continuing this, V brings up like, you know, go from cake to baguette to to cake to bakery to baguette, and baguette being another innuendo.
I'd imagine she'd give her own suggestions, not knowing she's now participating in the innuendo.
Absolutely. Garlic bread?
Like, oh, I knew this great baker. Make the dough rise with just a hand.
That's all you need sometimes.
Yeah, I'd imagine you two just be cracking up as she like try to explain, like, yeah, no, guy really talented. All the people, you know, in the little village love far and wide for this bread. It's great.
Trying to hold it in.
Like trying your best not to bust out anything. Like, we're on a stealth mission. We're on a stealth mission where this isn't a stealth mission no more.
So yeah, I'm assuming any stealth checks for this next encounter are going to be at disadvantage.
Yeah, it's just a group penalty. Y'all can move forward, and y'all are about to enter a very, very large room.
You know what? Worth it.
But yeah, no, you guys had your fun, and yeah, Virtue, you believe you've gotten closer to your, your compatriots. You've bonded over bread.
Okay, what she should do next is buy them all like.
Was that Tyler?
A giant bread basket.
But
since you guys
has
like
now
bread so
bonded
much,
over bread
and
for new companions.
Here's a sourdough. Oh, half a pumpernickel with some spinach dip.
What was that, Tyler?
Yeah, no. You're about to enter into a very large room, and I will need a quick first. Now, let's go with a stealth check just to see how this kicks in.
Is this at disadvantage?
No, this was for the actual passage. You guys are now inside. You guys are about to enter the very large cavern. This one, 3-4 times bigger than any of the previous ones you've entered. You can tell that immediately because as soon as you break the into the cave to see and look around, you can very much tell this is stadium big.
Large. I get a 19 total.
I'm sorry, but 7. I literally roll so bad when I'm playing Virtue. It's unavoidable.
It's part of her character.
Oh, I guess so.
That's just,
it's just part of life.
It's how it goes with some characters. Sometimes.
Okay, so, but, it's a group one, so altogether you guys managed to pass. Virtue, while she was trying to think of, a way to help or get a gift for her friends who now seem to have confided in her their appreciation for the baking arts.
I wonder if I should get Neris a cake.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You essentially bump into Roya while she is essentially stopping to assume, quietly observe and stake out this very large room. And it begins from left to right. We're starting off with a large bit of an operation on the side that seems to be crates, and where it looks like the trail goes to end. That's split in half by a river that seems to cross the entire cave before it splits off. One side that seems to be pouring in from likely the surface, a small waterfall, and on the opposite side, downstream, it seems to be another waterfall that goes even deeper into a further cavern down. And you see kobolds, some on small boats that seem to be working a small makeshift little, almost like a bundle that they seem to be preparing, that looks to be on a raft headed down for the waterfall that's going down deep in the cave. Others at the very top on the opposite side of a staircase that leads to a makeshift stone throne, a very large and armored looking. Not entirely sure what this creature is, as it is very misshapen and big, and these two flanking kobolds with very, very ornate looking wings seem to have this same crystalline outline, seem to be guarding this. I can assume is the leader. And it's odd because the weapon at this leader's side, you'd assume would be a decorated type of large overhead weapon, is in fact the top half of a crystallized skull of what looks to be a... Actually, roll me quick. The survival, nature, or animal handling, your choice.
I will also roll a survival. 7. Damn, we're idiots together.
Virtue?
Yep, my survival is a... What is that? Yeah, the 12. We are fantabulous, everybody.
With that 12, you're able to tell that whatever this creature was did in fact devour one of these crystals, as you've been told, as it did transform the top of its skull, though it seems to be now being used as a weapon. Something about it is familiar, the type of creature. seems familiar, tip of your tongue, but you just can't remember. But you do now know that that guy's weapon is also going to be worth a lot if you can bring it back. And you do see that they are preparing the crystals. You don't know how many they've gone through, but you know that some are in the crates that they stashed. As you can see that on one side, smaller, normal-looking kobolds are there trying to unpack and essentially start peeling, while the others essentially put them in boats and send them off to the down the river to the mini little river lake they have it, where they seem to be gathering all of these for some reason to ship them down, which is a bit odd, seeing as they're no longer trying to, I guess, risk the transformation, as the two winged kobolds at top seem to have been the only successes. But whether they did this recently or they've been changed for a longer time, who knows? But that's what you see. So, how do you wish to proceed? Oh, and let me just give you quick numbers for what you see. There are a total of 8 on the left, working in the area with the crates and the small river. There are a total of 2 on little boats that are essentially running the ones that are freshly peeled to the other side. And on that side, that's where the larger looking kobolds is odd, because they seem to be a bit taller than the normal ones. You're not sure why. Darker scales as well, because the original ones are brighter red instead of like brown undertone. And they seem to be the ones planting them in this raft. No real covering or anything, just jamming them as many together. So and they also seem to be collecting the shavings on the opposites.
That raft, it seems to be going outside the
No, it seems to be going further down. Like they're readying it, and they seem to be aiming it, because there is no river that leads outside. There's a waterfall that seems to come from the outside.
Okay.
And another waterfall a bit on the opposite side of that seems to be going down further.
So it's just in
preparing for the trip.
It's just in this room. It's not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're preparing it for like it's possibly another traveling trip, but they're preparing the actual things first, not taking them in their life. And you can see it's weird, because some of them are trying like to shave off, some of them are trying to go after with their claws, other ones are even like trying to hit them with fire. Be it, normal fire, like a wooden stick on fire, others are actually breathing on them. Or attacking them with some magic.
Interesting. Okay, listen, guys. I know this might not be the best. I mean, this is what I'm thinking, is that we just rush in there and, or maybe we can try and do some sabotage, but, we should probably get into combat to stop them from messing with these crystals. Because if we stop them, then we'll get... Our cut will be higher. Our payout will be higher.
True.
Maybe let's talk a little bit more before we get into that. Are there any...
Essentially, it was broken up into 3 basic groups. The one that's like on peeling and preparing the stuff, that are just normal kobolds. There's the group on the opposite side that's on the little raft that's gathering the prepared ones that are like a little bit bigger, a little bit buffer kobolds. They're just doing the heavy lifting and settling everything onto a makeshift raft. Then there are the last 3 that are on the opposite side, far side of the room, that are essentially up on a throne. It looks like they'd be watching it, but in truth, the other kobolds seem to be doing other things. They're not paying attention. It's a little far. Can't really tell what they're doing, because you just see the 2 up front with the wings.
I think
that are like,
the easiest way to deal with this situation would be to blow up the crystals, since we know now that they're explosive. But obviously, that's not.
If you just wanted to get rid of them or not get paid, then that's what you do.
Oh yeah, that would be the most efficient way. But we obviously don't. We want to avoid that if at all possible. Do we want to end here? Because it is getting decently late.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then we can get into plan, because that way we're not going to forget it.
Yeah. This is essentially, you have a week to plan out how you wish to do this. And remember, these are kobolds. These guys are like, they're super weak, but there's a couple of them.
More than a couple, and then also there's some buffed up
cannon fodder one side, slightly looking stronger ones on the other side. There's only 4. There's the 2 that are just on the boats going back and forth, and on the back there seems to be the 2 winged kobolds with like the magical glass wings that you guys know can make some money off of. And then there's the actual gnoll at the back that seems to be the leader of this, who seems to be absent, because on the side of the throne there seems to be like a small alcove that probably leads to like a personal chambers or something. Who knows, maybe that's where he keeps his gold and stuff for valuables. Who knows?
Maybe. So just to clarify, there's the one gnoll that looks to be the leader, and then the rest of them are just kobolds. And some are different.
The rest seem to be kobolds. The ones on the far, on the left side are from where you guys are saying, from the left side, they're the kobolds that are just unpacking stuff. The right side, they're the look like buffer kobolds, which is a bit odd, but it looks strange because they're all wearing weird helmets. There are only 4 of them there. And then at the top, there are the winged kobolds that are, slightly hovering with, crystal wings, and the gnoll at the back that seems to be sitting on some makeshift throne.
Okay. Because we saw a goblin, gnoll, and kobold track, so I guess that means that the goblin we were talking with before would be, I guess, the one that was making those tracks. So I went with them.
It's a definite possibility. Or there could be other ones around here. You didn't really ask if he was here alone or not.
Yeah, I kind of tried asking a bit, but I quickly gave up on that. Could have gone worse. Definitely could have gone better.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Are we gonna?
Yeah. With
here?
that will give you a week. Plan your plans of attack, and good luck. Just remember, the average kobold has like 7 hit points.
This is fair.
And the weird buff ones, maybe pay more attention to those, but for cannon fodder, they can be cannon fodder. Yeah. An honest to God, decent intimidation check could honestly knock them out. Or they rejoin because someone else scared them into it.
Part of the dynamic. Ditto.
Virtue. Give them another fearful speech of why they really should be helping these people.
Absolutely.
One of the awkward things about 5e, just as it is. Obviously there's plenty of ways to homebrew it and all that, but the tough fighter types that are experienced and grizzled typically have lower charisma, so they're worse at intimidation. And then the ones that are really peppy and friendly and have high charismas, they can intimidate people to high heaven.
Yeah.
They know how to manipulate people.
Fun home brews, let them choose how they're choosing to intimidate, or the way they're using it to determine the skill. If you're using your brute strength to intimidate them, it makes sense to use your strength in the right.